Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to journey down a road that's literally thousands of years old, but is also being rebuilt at an incredible speed. We're tracing the amazing story of India's roads, these ancient arteries that have shaped its history and the modern megaprojects that are paving its future. But before we can really dig into the roads of India, we've got to take a step back. I mean, way back. Because the story of any road is really the story of human civilization itself. And it all starts with one of our simplest but most brilliant inventions, the wheel.
You know, this drive to connect with each other, it's a thread that runs through all of human history. From the very first paved streets in ancient Mesopotamia to the absolutely legendary engineering of the Roman superhighways, and all the way up to modern paving techniques we use today. The goal has always been the same: find better, faster ways to get from here to there.
So here's the roadmap for Explainer today. We're going to start with those ancient paths, then zero in on one legendary route that became the nation's artery. And from there, we'll zoom out to look at the massive megaprojects that are really defining India's road ahead.
Okay, so our story kicks off long before any modern highway was even a dream. We're talking 6,000 years ago in the Indian subcontinent. The ancient, planned cities of the Indus Valley civilization, they already showed signs of really sophisticated road development. This is where the very first paths were laid.
Now, out of all those ancient paths, one route emerged that would define the subcontinent for centuries. It was so much more than just a road. It was this incredible artery of commerce, of culture, and yeah, even of conquest. This is the story of the legendary Grand Trunk Road.
The author Rudyard Kipling, in his famous novel Kim, he didn't see it as just a strip of dirt and stone. No. He saw it as a living, breathing thing. He called it a river of life, just teeming with all the diverse people of India. What a perfect description.
Long before it was called the Grand Trunk Road, the Mauryan Empire knew this route as the Uttara Patha, which literally means the Northern Path. And as you can see, it was an absolutely vital trade artery connecting the subcontinent's eastern seaports to the centers of power way out west.
Jump forward a few centuries to the 16th century, and you have the Emperor Sher Shah Suri. He saw the immense potential of this road. He didn't just repair it, he launched a massive project to renovate and extend the ancient path. He turned it into a powerful tool for running his empire efficiently, and that legacy is still with us today.
And the sheer scale of this thing is just mind-boggling. At its peak, the Grand Trunk Road stretched for over 2,500 kilometers. Think about that. It connected what is now Bangladesh through India into Pakistan and all the way to Kabul in Afghanistan. It was truly a continental highway.
All right, let's fast forward to 1947. India gains its independence, but it inherits a pretty poor and fragmented road network. The challenge was absolutely immense. How do you connect this vast, newly independent nation and all of its diverse people?
So what did the new government do? Well, they responded with a series of really ambitious 20-year plans, starting with the Nagpur Plan back in 1943. This systematic approach eventually led to the creation of one single powerful body in 1988, the National Highways Authority of India, or NHI, which was tasked with developing and managing the entire highway network.
With the NHAI in place, the stage was set for a construction boom on a scale nobody had ever seen before. This is where India's ancient paths start to give way to modern mega-projects, literally paving the future of the nation.
So where are we today? Well, India now has the second largest road network on the entire planet. We're talking a staggering 6.4 million kilometers. To put that in perspective, that's enough road to circle the Earth more than 150 times. It's just massive. But you know, the total length doesn't really tell the whole story. Here's the crazy part. The main arteries, the national highways, they make up just 2% of that huge network. Just 2%. But these critical routes carry a whopping 40% of all traffic. They are the absolute lifelines of the country. Now, the absolute cornerstone of this modern strategy is the Golden Quadrilateral. This was an incredibly ambitious project to create a high-density corridor connecting the four economic and cultural powerhouses of the nation: Delhi in the north, Kolkata in the east, Chennai in the south, and Mumbai in the west.
And building on that foundation is the next massive phase, the Bharatmala Pariyojana. Now, this isn't just one project. You can think of it as this giant umbrella program. And as you can see from these targets, it's designed to fill in all the crucial gaps, building thousands of kilometers of new economic corridors, feeder routes to connect rural areas, and strategic border roads to boost trade and national security.
But, and there's always a but, isn't there?
This kind of breakneck pace of development, it comes at a cost. It forces a direct confrontation between progress and preservation, and it raises some really difficult questions about what's worth saving and what has to be sacrificed.
So as India widens its roads to ease traffic jams and fuel the economic growth, a critical question really comes into focus. What gets left behind in the process?
And really, the central tension is this. It's a direct conflict between the undeniable need for development, modernizing infrastructure, easing traffic, and the equally important goal of preserving the nation's rich, layered history and heritage.
And look, this dilemma isn't just some abstract theory. In 2018, a historic gate on the original Grand Trunk Road, a landmark that had stood there since the 16th century, was demolished. And why? Because it stood in the path of a road widening project. And since it wasn't an officially protected heritage site, it was just gone forever.
And so, at the end of the day, we're left with this fundamental question. How does India balance the roads of its future with the landmarks of its past? Navigating the path forward is going to require more than just incredible engineering. It's going to require a careful, conscious balance between where India is going and the rich history of where it's been.